I have Mr. Amit Malviya with us on the phone line. Amit ji, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi very clearly coming out and challenging those who are practicing this politics of freebies. Freebie culture, revdiyan baatna, he said this is selfishness. It can give you short-term gains, but it does not solve the problem. But on the other hand, you have the likes of Arvind Kejriwal openly backing freebie culture, saying if I give free bijli to the socially backward or economically backward, what's wrong? Why shouldn't we give those people free food, free bijli and free medicines?
Anand, we have to understand that there is a difference between revdi culture and welfare state. There's a difference between freebies and there's a difference between providing state support to people who need it. People like Arvind Kejriwal offer free services to everybody irrespective of their social, financial or economic status. That puts huge amount of pressure on the institutions and on the revenue structure of any state. Whether you look at the electricity department of Delhi, it is reeling under huge debt and overdues. You look at water, which Arvind Kejriwal claims to be giving free. There is a CAG report which says that 88% of the unauthorized colonies do not have piped water. There is no sewage facility. So forget free water. People don't have water in this city, and Arvind Kejriwal claims to be offering it free. Similarly, every institution, every public sector unit, whether it is a Jal board, whether it is electricity department, other units are all running in huge losses because of this revdi culture. Eventually, these organizations will collapse. People will lose their jobs. So Arvind Kejriwal may win an election or two, but he will ruin Delhi. In the last 8 years that he's been the chief minister, Delhi has seen no new construction, no new flyovers, no new infrastructure development, no new buses. Every day you go on the street and a DTC bus has been broken down and people are standing. So what good is the promise of a freebie culture if it is not delivered? If governance is compromised and basic right to life is compromised, people are dying because they are drinking unhealthy, contaminated water. You would rather give them clean water to drink instead of offering free and not being able to offer anything at all. The Prime Minister is making this point repeatedly. It is not about giving things free. It is about ensuring that you give people certain respect and dignity, and you give state support to people who deserve it, who need it, not fund consumption.
Right. No, the other aspect is he's also taken a huge jibe at Kala Jadoo. He said कि हमारे देश में कुछ लोग हैं जो नकारात्मकता के भंवर में फंसे हुए हैं, निराशा में डूबे हुए हैं, सरकार के खिलाफ झूठ पे झूठ बोलने के बाद भी जनता जनार्दन ऐसे लोगों पर भरोसा करने को तैयार नहीं है। ऐसी हताशा में ये लोग अब काले जादू की तरफ मुड़ते नजर आ रहे हैं। अभी हमने 5 अगस्त को देखा कि कैसे काले जादू को फैलाने का प्रयास किया गया। ये लोग सोचते हैं कि काले कपड़े पहनकर उनकी निराशा हताशा का काल समाप्त हो जाएगा, लेकिन उन्हें पता नहीं है कि कितनी ही झाड़ फूंक कर लें, कितना ही काला जादू कर लें, अंधविश्वास कर लें, जनता का विश्वास अब उन पर दोबारा कभी नहीं बन पाएगा. दिस इज अ स्ट्रेट डायरेक्ट अटैक ऑन द ब्लैक फ्राइडे प्रोटेस्ट बाय द कांग्रेस पार्टी. अमित मालविया.
Well, Anand, the fact is that the Congress party indulged in this theatrics, a fashion show of sorts on the day which was actually meant to commemorate the Shilanyas of Ram Janmabhoomi. But having said that, the opposition today lacks substantive criticism of this government. It is one thing to protest. It is another to make sense of that protest. The opposition remains rudderless. It remains directionless because it has nothing substantive to criticize this government on. They speak about economy, they speak about employment, they speak about inflation. Despite the 2 years of pandemic, despite the global war, despite the wrecked supply chain across the world, the country has done well to manage some of our economic parameters and indicators. There is a lot of economic activity. India is today one of the best performing large emerging market countries in the world. Now people see this. They feel the vibration of active, chugging along economy in their lives. So when opposition goes out and makes these unsubstantiated claims, people don't take it seriously. And that is why, despite all the Black Friday protests that the Congress and the opposition may want to indulge in, the truth is that people look at them as those performing for the cameras and don't take them seriously beyond that. for any government, it is the intent that is important. And nobody can fault Prime Minister Modi and his government's intent to build India over the next 25 years so that we have what he calls as Amrit Kal, India's moment under the sun where it regains its lost glory. And that is what the PM's vision is. And you compare it to the opposition, they completely doff out.
Well, I have Mr. Nasir Hussain of the Congress party also. Mr. Nasir Hussain, Prime Minister, saying 5th August, we saw the Kala Jadoo, Jhad Phunk, no matter how much they try this, it's not going to work. Direct jibe at the Congress's Black Friday protest.
The most unfortunate thing for the country is when the whole country is reeling under the pressure of inflation, high prices, petrol, diesel, gas ke daam, GST on atta, chini, doodh, dahi, good and all those items. And when the debate was forced on the parliament after 2.5 weeks of agitation and protest by the opposition parties, the Prime Minister of the country failed to be present in any of the debates in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. He neither participated in the debate and discussion, neither he discussed issues there, neither he gave any relief to the people of the country. It was the finance minister who was led to do the talking and try and convince the people. She neither accepted that there is any kind of inflation, neither she accepted there is GST levied, neither accepted that there is unemployment or poverty in the country. The entire government was in a denial mode. And then the Prime Minister tries to speak to the parliamentarians from public platforms, not from the parliament. This is the most unfortunate part of Indian parliamentary democracy, especially during the times of Modi era. This is how he tries to address the parliament. That shows his scant respect to the parliament. And these kind of jadoo tona, black magic, shakan, that he becoming the Prime Minister will bring good vastu to the country. All these things can only be spoken by a person from the BJP itself, because no other party get to this level.
Well, Mr. Nasir Hussain, let me get Amit Malviya to react to your response to the Prime Minister. Well, we lost Amit Malviya, but Nasir Hussain ji, this is what he said, and I want your reaction on this. He said, अभी हमने 5 अगस्त को देखा कि कैसे काले जादू को फैलाने का प्रयास किया गया. ये लोग सोचते हैं कि काले कपड़े पहनकर उनकी निराशा हताशा का काल समाप्त हो जाएगा, लेकिन उन्हें पता नहीं कि वो कितनी ही झाड़ फूंक कर ले, कितना ही काला जादू कर ले, अंधविश्वास कर ले, जनता का विश्वास अब उन पर दोबारा कभी नहीं बन पाएगा.
अंधविश्वास की सरकार, दिया जलाने की, थाली पीटने की सरकार, बाहर निकल के चिल्लाने की सरकार, गो करुणा गो चिल्लाने की सरकार तो भाजपा की सरकार है. अगर कोई जादू टोना में अगर बिलीव करता है तो वो भाजपा और भाजपा के नेता में बिलीव करते हैं. आज भी जो है वो देश के गरीब जनता को वो जितने भी विपक्ष के द्वारा उठाए गए मुद्दे और सवालों का जवाब आज भी वो दे नहीं रहे. जवाब से वो दूर भाग रहे हैं, पार्लियामेंट से दूर भाग रहे हैं. पार्लियामेंट में ना तो आके जवाब दिए, ना पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म से जवाब दे रहे हैं. इस तरीके के आलतू फालतू बातों की जो लोगों का, खासकर गरीबों का पेट नहीं भरने वाला है, गरीबों को रोजगार नहीं मिलने वाली है. जिस तरह से महंगाई चरम सीमा पे है, उसके बारे में डिस्कस करने के लिए तो वो आते नहीं. इस तरीके के बात, इस तरीके के अपोजिशन पार्टियों को के खिलाफ सरकास्टिक बात करने के लिए वो चले आते हैं. देश देख रहा है, देश के लोग देख रहे हैं, आवाम देख रही है कि क्या हो रहा है. और जगह जगह इनको जो शिकस्त मिला, बिहार से शुरू हुआ और हर स्टेट में यही इनको मिलने वाला है.
नासिर जी, प्लीज स्टे विद मी.